Traveler's X. 6,000 pound winch. It's the one at Tractor Supply. Synthetic rope, rugged aluminum exterior. Comes with instructions, base plate, cast iron hook or cast steel. What? Got a little Fairlead's a car. Okay, there's the winch. I thought it had a wireless remote. Was my box already opened? Let's see what this winch looks like. Oh, it does have a wireless remote.
Wait, a wireless?
Yes. And a wired. So we're going to be putting it on a Yamaha X4. Probably a button battery. Probably gonna have to. That's pretty cool. Okay, let's set this back here. Pretty good looking little winch. Yeah, we're gonna be putting on a Yamaha. Let's check out the rest of the stuff with this. Okay, don't want the roller. The synthetic rope will get in there and squeeze in there and get stuck. It's nice. Aluminum. Of course, the hardware. The hardware on this cheaper stuff. But this doesn't look terrible. Okay, so get the Allens. Let's see the hook. The hook has a little bit seems okay. Bushing. We've got some from Harbor Freight, the cheap ones that are like that. They seem a lot nicer, but I mean, if it was worn, it would probably be even better. Check out the plate. Plate has kind of a rough finish. I like it. Look, pretty neat, right? Okay. What do we got here? We got a wired remote. This looks like it's for a four-wheeler. It's got a clamp, some other stuff. But
we can have wireless.
It might be just a regular switch inside here. Might be able to take it apart and see. We will definitely be checking that out. Hardware. Doesn't seem terrible hardware. And what we're putting it on is a Yamaha X4. This is the front of the X4. We're gonna have to see if it even fits.
Or we're gonna put on cones, maybe, or upgrade.
Yeah. We are gonna have to do some wrestling.
Take off the bumper?
Yeah, I bet we have to drop this bumper down. It is just too bulky to slide in any direction. So great thing is this Yamaha X4 already has mounting places. So we're gonna have to drop
Should I bring the toolbox?
Yeah, bring the blue toolbox. We're gonna need that. So it might get a little complicated getting this on. Let's scoot y'all back just a little. I'll mark the holes on here that the winch takes, and that way I can see if these are going to line up before I start getting it in there and getting that body. Okay. Yeah, it looks like the there's 4 bolts on each side, 8 in total. Looks like the outer ones here are going to be the ones for this winch. This winch is bigger than what I need for this unit, but if you've ever got out there with a 3,000 pound winch pulling a 1,200 pound machine, you know it's bogging down. Probably going to be a good idea to have a bigger winch on this. 6,000 seems to be a good number. Oh, my tool cart. Thank you. Oh, you're trying to knock everybody over?
No.
Oh, there's nobody watching the video? Oh, I see how it is. You don't think anybody's gonna watch? Probably not. It's okay. Yeah, I know.
No.
You had this in our. Oh, you didn't. I forgot. I'm sorry. Y'all are going this time.
Yeah, this time we're going to Arkansas. Are we going to film it in Arkansas?
Yeah, we can. I mean, we'll put a unit.
We have 2 mounting.
And maybe we should grab another one.
No.
Nice.
We're
About to knock everybody over. Dude, we need to build some nice skid plates and stuff.
This already got metal on it.
Yeah, I know.
But the ones on our other one.
Yeah, the Z-Forces definitely need nicer skid plates.
Yeah, these are like pretty. These are that thick. Pretty big. Definitely don't make them out of cast iron.
What?
Don't make them out of cast iron. It'll be way too big.
Cast iron.
Yeah.
Cast iron's heavy, son.
3, 2, 1.
Yep.
It is steel. The paint already got scratched.
Yeah, the sticker came off with the pressure washer. I know, the little pressure washer, the 1200. Okay, the skid plate, we're using an Allen wrench to go ahead and pull out these bolts. We're only pull the first 2, pull this plastic skid plate down out of the way. Perfect. Now you can see we can get to the bolts for the mounting on the bumper. Bumper looks like it's held on pretty good. You got 3 bolts off of a 16th inch plate. That will allow us to pull this back. We are going to have to get into the front here. Oh no, we've got 2 bolts up here. I believe we can get through fairly easy. So, The skid plate on the boat are held in with these 4mm. Take them out. Once you've got those out, we'll pull this down, take these out right here. Weird. That's a 14mm. It seems awful loose. Yeah, I didn't think so. I didn't think standard would be on a Yamaha. Let's see. Maybe it's just craftsmen aren't what they used to be.
Just lowering that down.
Well,
Try to take it off.
we're gonna have to take it completely off because you can't just lower it. And the problem is, can't get my hand in there, but I think if I take this,
The good thing about this, we can leave it running and we'll just edit it out. You can see how big it out is.
Well, we have that, but we don't have the software.
We use Adobe Flash. That's what I forgot to do. I know some YouTubers use that or things like that. I don't know what every kid will use it. Dirt Company has it. 27. 27 by. So it's a 27 tire.
27, yeah, they're that tall, but it's strange that the rims are smaller. The Z-Force rims are 14s, I think.
Yeah, they're way bigger.
The rims are bigger.
They go back.
Yeah, but that means this one's probably better for crawling around.
I think it can go through sand dunes. Which one's better for sand dunes?
I mean, either one of them would be fine.
You guys take off this one.
Hey, watch out. Okay, so we got the 3 bolts off the bottom. The 3 bolts going back here to the radiator core support. I can pull it out and work with it without taking these off, or I can take these off and drop the whole unit down. Pretty sure I don't want to hold this thing out and try to squeeze it in. So let's go ahead and take it completely down. And then we'll move over the little bench, which is not a bench, it's one of my boxes. Maybe we'll use this one. Put a piece of cardboard down. $10mm on this outside, the 3 on the bottom, and the 2 on the radiator core support would be a 14mm. Got my attention. Probably shouldn't leave that much pressure on the plastic over here. Should have taken these off first, probably. So it hung from that and kind of pulled this out, but luckily all this stuff moved around, nothing broke. So maybe take the 2 10mm out first. Now we're going to set up on the blue box here. Comes with 2 different sets of hardware. So you have one, it's got longer bolts in it than the other. And what probably for is depending on if you're gonna have to bolt it directly down to one plate or weld in the other one. How thick of material you're going through, that kind of thing. I'll be going through both plates. Fairlead. I think it's a Fairlead. So we'll install the Fairlead first. This side's smooth completely, and this one's got the cutouts for the heads of the Allens to set in. So we'll throw that on first. You know what? The hardware for this seems like it might be stainless. I don't know. Seems like it might be. It's hard to tell. Some of these coatings they put on are shiny like stainless. That doesn't mean that it's going to be a good high quality stainless. It could just be. All in all, something from a Travelers from Tractor Supply. It seems like everything's built pretty good. Could you get me a magnet? I want to see if that hardware is in. Should be 16 millimeter. Of course, I didn't grab a 16 millimeter. Grabbed everything but a 16. Oh, I know that still. Holy smokes. They put stainless in there. That's cool.
It's stainless?
It's stainless. I'm surprised.
We're gonna put Traveler mirror on there.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. This Yamaha didn't give mirrors, which I'm surprised. Man.
Or horn.
Or horn. That's a weird one.
Strange.
Okay. So pull the rope up where it doesn't get interference there. Okay, so let's get the front mounted on like that. I am going to try the smaller of the boats first because you won't put a large boat in there as long as I'm getting all the way in. I've always wondered, if you're going to have a lock washer, why have a regular washer? It grabs that washer and then that washer can slide on the metal to metal, right? I don't know. If it doesn't need it, I'm probably not going to put it. Could be wrong. First time for everything. Okay, so short hardware. Doesn't seem to be going all the way through. we'll take the larger hardware, line it up and pull everything tight and see how far the short hardware goes in. Like I said, I would much rather have the shorter hardware. But if the long hardware is what I need, that's what I need. Yeah, there's probably only about 4 threads on this that would catch. So let's go for the larger stuff. Okay. Long hardware, bottoms out way before it's tight. So that tells us we have to use this hardware. So let's get this up closer and see if we can get it started. If not, go into the store. Okay, so that's on there. 1 rotation, 2 rotations. So it's not very close, not very good. I don't like that. Question is, how many threads are up in there? Yeah, so I do not trust that boat. So we are buying hardware. Okay, back from the hardware store. Grabbed us a bolt that this is the one they wanted me to use. It's the one we're using. Doesn't have to be a lot bigger because we already had several threads go in, probably about 3. So gives me 3 or 4 more threads. Take the old one out. Old ones. Put this in. Good thing with a cart. So the back of the mounting plate. So mounting plates here are bumper mounting plates here, and we bolted it all together. That way we had the Fairlead. Hope I'm saying that right. that's tight, we'll reassemble it onto the machine. I'm gonna set y'all back over here. Let's get a couple of these bolts ready to go. Spare boom in my pocket, not. I'm gonna put the winch here and don't kick this. And I want you to put a bolt here and a bolt here. And I want you to turn at least 3 or 4 threads so it doesn't fall off after I let go. Oh, we're gonna have a problem.
It does not fit?
Nope.
The winch doesn't fit?
I believe so.
I can't put it there.
Huh?
I can't put the wood. Can you take off the covering for it?
Okay, so
Winch
does not fit. So our first try did not work. The winch hits here and it hits right here. And we can't move it forward any because we're hitting here. So if you get a 6,000 pound winch for your Yamaha, you're gonna have to modify it. Which we can cut a little bit of plastic out. But you may not want to. You may want to go with a smaller unit. Let me flip this up and we see if there's anything else we can do. We took off this cover. It would fit. The only problem, there's a beam under this cover that holds the unit together. That would not work. Can't rotate it forward, can't go forward any of these. Could drop it down a 1/4 inch by not using this plate on the front. Leave the Fairlead off. Fairlead. What to do. I think we leave it at that for this moment. So I figure it out. Brandon, go get my pocket knife out of that frame. Hey! What? Oh wow. So it needs to come out of this piece right here. Yeah.
Allergies. That's allergies right there. No, I was thinking about
Son, you're bumping the camera. They may not notice it. Oh. This is going to be much harder for someone that doesn't have a forklift or a machine to pick it up. But luckily, I do have one. So I'm going to take full advantage of it. Lock those. Okay, so I see that's still pretty strong. So I think what we're going to have to do is we're hitting. Trying to leave meat on that thing. As I slip and puncture a hole in a radiator. Okay, do I suggest putting a 6,000 pound winch on this? Not this one. Do I think it's still going to be a decent winch? Yeah. We'll see. We will see if I'm right or wrong. Okay. Yeah, it looks like it's gonna go up there. Okay. It's hitting on our torsion bar here that's going across. It's hitting on the rubber bushing. I need it to give me 1/8 of an inch. I could probably push that rubber bushing a little. And if it's hitting on one side, it's probably hitting on both. Dude, it is just barely hitting. Yeah. So I will try to get y'all a better view of it, but so here's what we've got. We have the bushing that goes on our torsion bar there. I know it's not a torsion bar, what is it? Sway bar. So your sway bar is sitting there, it's got a bushing like this around it. I'm hitting on the rubber part that sticks out of the bushing. It's not gonna hurt anything to hit it. Problem is, I need it to go a little bit farther in. Now, I doubt I can get you a great view of it, but you can see it. It's not hitting the metal part of the thing, it's hitting the rubber. So I could go in there and trim it out, or I can just push this up. It just needs to come up a little bit. You see right there? You can see in there, you can see the two hoses are just barely missing. So how would I do that? Put something here and push up. I think that will work. Pushing up from right here. So we get a board and a jack. Let's make this a little kit. Okay. Right where it needs to go. I know, very sketchy, but sometimes in the shop, you've got to do it. Now you can see we're lined up here. We're lined up inside where the bolts hit. We're good there. We're gonna lift up. We're gonna tighten the lower bolts. Make sure that the rubber piece is the only thing that's bumping. Aluminum didn't hurt it. If you're in your driveway doing this, a jack would have done the same thing. Okay, so some people call it wire loom. This one's fabric. Of course, they have plastic. Comes in different colors. You like red and black, blue and black. What I'm going to do, I'll pull these two tight. Why don't we move this where y'all can see what's going on. So pull it tight, I'll throw it up there. I say we stop it about right here. So, cut. Burn, but don't go crazy or you'll never open it again. Just try and keep it from unraveling. I'll tape one end, but see, after you burn it, kind of doesn't unravel. Pretty sure this is gonna tell me, warning, red is hot, and sparks. Some of this warning stuff is silly and stuff, but you know, they put it on there because somebody tried to stick it up their nose or spilt hot coffee on them, not realizing McDonald's coffee's hot. That kind of stuff happens. So companies cover their butt by putting warning labels on wire, telling you that if you touch positive and negative together, it'll spark. When you get a little wild with it, this is what happened last time we used it. See how it won't open? Get some of the crust off of it. Okay, so we have that through. It looks short, but once you start to push it towards that way, it'll sit there and get longer. Then when you pull it back, it'll get tight on the line. So, there we go. Left enough room to get it up in the compartment up here, the area where the battery is. Good thing about Yamaha, battery is so easy to get to. So, we will find a good location to route this. I think I found one that will work. It's the same place that the lights go through at. So we'll push the two cables through. I realize it's hard for y'all to see. So, location where the light goes through, we'll push them through. They came out already up here. Okay, I pull it tight, I'm going to have it right up against this bar. So I'm going to bring it up this way. That gets it out away from the bar. Do I want it on the inside or outside light? I'm gonna put it right here because I have enough cabling. Looks good. And I'm gonna zip tie it. Right here, right here, probably right here. The more zip ties, the better. I know, a lot of people don't like zip ties. We love zip ties. So once that's zip tied up, doesn't interfere with anything, this metal cover right here goes right over it. And since we have our rub guard, our wire loom, we tie it up real well so it's not rubbing back and forth. I believe that will be a good location. I'm gonna grab a zip tie. I don't need any more slack up there, but I'm leaving them loose until I start tightening everything up, and I'll know. And then I'll come back. You can cut these really close with a pair of snips and just leave a little bit of sharp place so it cuts up everybody that touches it. Or you take your blade, your razor blade, and cut it flat and straight and try to get low. Or they make a special tool, and I'll show it to you in a little bit, that tightens that up, cuts it, and since it cut it under pressure, when it lets go, it goes back in where you're not bumping it all the time. Great little tools, cheap to pick up, and you can pick them up anywhere. Bringing it down. Okay, so here's our battery. We are going to get a fuse for this, and I'll look up, find out what size I need to get. Some stuff's not in the right place. Put that back down. Yeah, we'll go get a fuse, but right now I'm curious to hear this thing, how it sounds, see if it whines like some of the other. Real quick, we're gonna take this apart and see what. I have a feeling it's just a switch in there. Oh, come on. Huh. So, put a little shrink wrap on there. Stick it up behind your dash and shove it in. You'll have an in-dash switch. Do I have any side ones? Yeah, we're going to be putting this one in. Okay, so working on this winch. We have this winch switch that came with our Travelers. We pulled it off. Doesn't look like anything that's going to give us any trouble. Just don't stick it in one of these pockets. So our Yamaha has plenty of extra places. we are going to feed it through here. All we did was we took the 2 screws off that held the mount for the four-wheeler, and we took off 2 screws for this. Now feed this through. This is going to head out to the bottom. We are going to have to wrap it up. It's long. If we were going to build it ourselves, we'd cut about 2 foot off of it. Okay. Make sure it's right side up. Man, I love that. RCF motos only have a switch you plug in and you have to carry it around with you. Okay, so we're underneath and we can see the back of the switch right there. So we'll reach up, pull this wire. Now we're coming across our steering wheel column there. So try to have to keep it off of that. I'll bring it up here. Try to find place. We'll connect to our winch. Zip ties, of course. I'm going to bring this up over this. I have a place right here on the back of the light that can zip tie. Now, we got a spring here. It's going to move. We'll get it too close. So we get it here, and we have a lot of travel in this spring. Pinch it, cut it. We don't want to do that. So we're coming back, and I'm going all the way back to this back side. I've got another bar I can tie it to right there. And then from there, I'll roll it up and zip tie it. Main thing, take your time. Don't get in a hurry. Make sure you tie everything up off your suspension. You don't want to be out on the trail needing. Your winch and not be able to use it. So we're going to take this existing stuff. I'll roll it up. I'll tie it. I have a compartment right here. Okay, and I'll bolt. So that's that way, so that don't catch anything. We're good. Might add another zip tie here just to keep it from getting over here. This shaft's not moving that fast, so you're not worried about it spinning around and getting all tangled up. Looks like Yamaha doesn't cut off their zip ties. I have been seeing a lot of them like this. Some of them aren't even tight, they're just there. Well, that looks like we're done with this winch. Wasn't that bad. Yep. Works. So have a switch in the dash, and we have this wireless. We'll be buttoning up the rest of this off camera. Just going back, retorquing all the bolts, make sure they're tight. The only ones we're gonna have to torque are the 3 on the bottom and the 2 on the frame. Other than that, I'm pretty sure we have it now. Okay, everything's all buttoned up. Looks good in there. It's
perfect.
It's got plenty of room here and here. Of course, the plastic under here had to get cut out. But if you're looking at it straight on, you can't tell anything's cut out. Better not do it too much. Whole machine moves. Looks like everything's good. It is rubbing that rubber down there. Not gonna be a problem. It can be put on there. It's a little tougher than if you bought the original worn by Yamaha, but works. We done?